All right, all good?
Yep.
Okay, gents, thank you so much for coming back out to the studio as LETR this time, not with Bailey Boy. You were here with Bailey Boy earlier. And for those of you who aren't aware, who's in the studio with us right now, it is our most well-endowed guest to date. And we measured. Just kidding. Just fucking with y'all. It is Tyler, CJ, and Tim. Thank you guys so much for coming out and performing for us. It was fucking fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Did you have a hard time refinding the studio?
No.
Good.
It said I was here before I was here, but then I kept going, and then I was here.
It's the magical land of very close, but oh so far away. Yeah, and this podcast will be just a little bit different. I'm going to step away. I got to go help the wifey. But Aaron's going to be helping you guys out. And it's long overdue, to be honest with you, is an Aaron-centric episode.
Yeah, I know,
yeah,
right?
where
We're going to have an Aaron
he's at the
special.
helm.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got to go.
We're just going to talk about fucking guitar pedals for the
Oh,
entire
God.
podcast.
Oh, God. Tyler and Tim just check out right now.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
actually got to go help the wife.
Suddenly
He's got to go help me with my wife?
Yeah, man, we'll throw
Not my
some
wife.
like snare wire talk in there. Like, are you a big snare wire
God,
guy? Are you the
boo.
thinner snare
Had
wire?
some really fat snare wires.
Fuck.
You want some good buzzy snare, big thick wires. Okay, yeah, go keep going. Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways,
We'll
I'm
save that
going to
for
sign
later.
off, and I'm going to leave it to you, Aaron, and I'm going to leave you three. Thank you guys so much for coming out. If we can do anything in the future to help you, don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Awesome performance, by the way.
Thanks.
Just thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and good shoes, everyone.
Nobody say anything. Let's just observe him walk out.
Oh,
Some good. Yep. Oh yeah, I'll drench those in reverb.
Those shoes are made for walking.
How
Yeah.
people going to know that I'm leaving?
He's like, folks, he's legitimately leaving. All right, see you down. Oh, he's got to take a shit before he leaves. Nope. Oh no, he's going for real. No, I don't know what the hell's going. Oh Lord, he going crazy.
All right, seriously, though. I'll see you guys.
All right, see you, man. That's a good candid event.
bye, Dad.
All right, boys, let's get out in brass tacks here. Okay. Fuck one, kill one, marry one. Let's get. I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
So, like what we always do with the podcast, since I guess I've had so much time to observe Dylan as he talks to guests, this is real easy for me because this is what he does. We're gonna go down the line and just tell me where your musical background's from. Tim, let's start with you.
Oh God, musical background. I told you earlier I was like really big into video game soundtracks and stuff, but I think what really ignited it was when I was like super young, and I was playing on my brother's Xbox, and there was Tony Hawk's American Wasteland on there, and that
Great game.
The soundtrack on there just has like all kinds of bangers, and there was like this super niche band that like. I mean, I'd never heard of it from any other source, but it's called An Endless Sporadic, and they had this song called Son of Pearl. And it's just like, it's all instrumental. It's like super contemporary, really heavy, very complex music. And I just like, I remember being like, oh my God, who the hell are these guys? And I looked them up and I saw their album and I was like, dude, this is just like banger after banger. And it was like 4 or 5 songs or something like that. And
Dude, those OG Xbox games, man, have some great. Like you can go down the list, even like the sports games, like even like the like Maddens from that time have some great soundtrack. That's when I first heard like Wolf Mother was on like Madden 06 or something. I had Tony Hawk Underground 2.
Yes,
I think that was
sir.
like the pink one. Did it have like a pink background? I can't remember, but that had like it had the doors on there. Do you remember the level? You guys ever play that game, Underground 2?
I played Underground and American Wasteland.
I think Underground 2, if I'm remembering right, I think that's the one there's like a Barcelona level to it and shit. It's pretty cool. And you can like build your own skate parks and shit, I think. Yeah. Cool shit. I like that. Yeah. So, okay. So that's kind of like what got you off the ground and stuff. What, is there a band? Was that the band that made you really think like, I want to do this shit?
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet. Do you have like any kind of like live shows you ever, like any good like core memory live shows?
Admittedly, I don't really go out to a whole lot of live shows just because, like, the more people there are at, like, a place, the less comfortable I am being at said place. I I like really small scale stuff, but
Yeah.
I've never been to anything like really big before.
Oh, gotcha. Never been like to like an arena show or anything like that. Yeah, man, they can be a hit and miss. You know, sometimes they can be cool. Sometimes I remember when Pearl Jam came to town last, I got tickets for like the COVID show, the pre-COVID show, and at the time I didn't have any money, so I got nosebleeds. And I was like, "Fuck it, it's Pearl Jam. Who gives a shit?" Well, they canceled that tour, and then like a couple years ago, they're like, "Okay, we're doing it again because we canceled because of COVID." And so I went, and I was like, dude, I was right up against the wall, back wall, and it was bullshit, and I couldn't hear anything. And I was very stone faced like this, but there's this guy right next to me that was like really digging it and having the time of his life, and fucking Eddie Vedder was like, "Look at that guy up there, I see you, man." And they put the spotlight on him, and then I looked up at the jumbotron, and it's this guy dancing and shit, and it's just me. And I was like, fuck, man, this fucking sucks, dude. I got doxxed by Eddie Vedder, dude. I know somebody was like, "Look at that guy, he's not having a good time." I was like, I wasn't. I couldn't hear shit, man. I just kept on looking at like front of house, and was looking at the consoles they were using and shit. So, CJ, what's your origin story?
Man, I grew up in a pretty musical family, and I think honestly some of the more influential bands that I started listening to, like I think the first one was Led Zeppelin, then it moved on to like Ozzy Osbourne, and then like Alice in Chains and Tool and stuff like that. Just
Fuck yeah.
progressively go through the years and just get a little bit heavier every time.
Hell yeah.
Divorced dad music.
Divorced dad music. You might get a weird buzz in their headphones.
No.
Thank God it's just me. Because it's really fucking annoying. But we're going to soldier through. Sweet. Well, that's cool, man. How about you? Any like live shows? Do you see anything? Did you have like a moment where you were like, "This is it. This is what I want to do"?
Honestly, yeah, I think so. I think that I went to go see the Contortionist over at the Diamond Ballroom. I think it was Good Tiger, the Contortionist, Dance Gavin Dance, I believe. I left before Dance Gavin Dance came on because I saw the Contortionist, and it was a religious experience. Like the sound through and through was incredible. The crowd wasn't actually too big. Like there were people there for sure, but it wasn't too big, so we were pretty close to the stage.
kinda
and
intimate.
still had space. Yeah. And yeah, it was very, very intimate concert experience, and they were just incredible. Like.
Hell yeah. Well, what kind of music did you listen to? Like, did your parents listen to anything specific growing up?
They listened to a little bit of everything. Mostly country and rock.
Hell yeah.
My dad and mom love the old country, like
Like a fucking Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty.
Oh,
George
Conway
Jones.
Twitty. Did you guys hate that shit, Family Guy, when you see the Conway Twitty? But they do it for like the whole song, and then like about a minute in, you'd be like, okay. Got it. We can move past the end of the whole fucking thing. It was funny. And
This has
then,
happened, and I didn't know who Conway Twitty was. I was just like, this is the most random thing that I've ever seen.
ladies and gentlemen, it's Conway Twitty. I was like, God, fuck, not one of these again. Okay, so I'm going to dox myself again. It's Tyler, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, dude, I'm sorry, dude.
Nailed it. No, you got it.
Fucking goddamn it. Yes. I'm going to cut that shit out, too. All right. Tyler, what's your backstory, dude? Tell me you have a villain story.
A villain story?
Yeah.
Well, no, but I was bitten by a spider.
Those fuckers.
It didn't change my music at all. It swelled up pretty bad.
Yeah, just put me in the hospital. Do not recommend.
So my dad's side of the family had like a gospel quartet before I was born. So like leading, singing, and Church of Christ stuff was my first exposure to music. My mom was musical too. She was a drum major at her high school, and then did a little bit in college. So I felt destined to do band. I had decided I was going to do band before that was an option. I started taking, band at school, sixth grade, like 11 years old.
Started on the xylophone.
Yeah, xylophone, marimba. And I wanted to do drum set the whole time. I saw somebody play drum set, and I was like, all right, well, if this is what I got to do to play drum set, I'll do it. And it wasn't. Like, I could have played drum set a billion other easier ways. I didn't really get to do that much drum set until college, like 10 years later.
Damn.
But it helped. I wouldn't be the same musician that I am now. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I picked up that makes me, I think, different than people who only do drum
for sure.
set.
Yeah, when you come from like a trained background and stuff,
Yeah.
it always does a good job of, you always have something to fall back onto.
It developed my ear differently, and singing first too developed my ear differently. I
Okay,
think.
sweet. Cool. Anybody started on piano?
Yep.
Kinda.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I
I did.
I wish I would have. I was all self-taught and stuff for the most
Yeah,
part,
same.
so I was kind of like, I wish I would have got forced into piano lessons early on and hated it like everybody else did, but also embraced it. Where it's like, because when you learn piano, when we went to ACM, you have to take introductory to piano. You can test out of it, of course, if you can play, of course, and you do all the chord progressions and shit. But I couldn't test out of it, so when we learned. At first, I was like, "This shit sucks, man! Like, I want to play Summer Highland Falls by Billy Joel and shit, some crazy shit." And I think Dylan and I just learned like the Stranger Things theme song, and just kept on playing over and over.
Nice.
But after you learned it and you learned all like the shit, you're like, "Wow, this like translates to a lot of shit."
I now understand how music is constructed. Like,
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, it's really interesting. You have those guys who only kind of play through like sheet music in a way and stuff, so they get really in the box and stuff, and it's hard for them to be creative and create shit. On the other side of that coin is the guys who don't know any of that shit, and it's really important that you have like a mixture of both and shit, because I've been on the other side of that, and you can plateau out real fucking easily. And it's just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. That's when Danny Hargis, that guy I asked you earlier about, I took guitar lessons from Danny, and he helped me get past the plateau and shit, and showed me some really cool chord voicings and everything like that. So, but enough about me. We ain't here to talk about me. Fuck that. So, as Letter the band, was this before or after Bailey Boy?
This is
Well before.
Okay.
This is before, yeah. Like him and I had been playing. Tim and I had been playing together since high school. Like, I think it was my junior year, senior year, something like that. He was the year below me.
Okay.
And yeah, playing together ever since then. And then we met Tyler at, I think, some of the Seventh Day Rebellion stuff in the city. And
we maybe met, I don't know, like 2017 or early. It's been a while, but I didn't play with you guys for a while.
yeah, it wasn't until I think 2020 maybe?
Yeah.
2020?
When I moved back to Norman,
2019.
21 is when I moved back to Norman. That's when we...
Somewhere in there, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
21 sounds about right.
yeah.
So, what high school did you guys go to?
Norman North.
Norman North.
Yeah.
Oh. When did you guys graduate?
That was 2015.
16.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, yeah, we graduated in 2016 too. So,
Nice.
yeah, well, Norman North, some pretty good athletes come out of there. Old Trey Young and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. So you guys kind of started jamming. Was Letter kind of in a high school formed band, or was it later on a little bit? Did you guys kind of like decide on what band you guys wanted to do? Like, how did you guys come up with your guys' image and how you guys sound like and the name and everything?
Oh, man.
Well, we've rebranded a few times.
Oh, give me the band names. We always love the early band names.
Man.
I'm going to let CJ have the honors
Yeah.
of that. That's
okay.
not me.
So, oh my goodness. For a long time, we went by we went by lack of a better name,
There you go.
and yeah, yeah.
Literally.
And then I think that was the big one. And then for a while, when we actually started playing shows, we dropped all that because we're like, we don't have a drummer, and also that name sucks. Then we went by CJ and Stig.
Right,
Before
yeah.
we had Tyler. And
We were CJ and Stieg with me in the band for a good amount of time, and
yeah.
that was the prompt for the rebrand, I think.
Yeah,
So
it
Oh, that's
was
great.
like this feels terrible.
Did you guys
not
ever
just CJ and Steve?
Say who CJ and Stig were live, or you guys just let the
Oh, no,
audience
no,
kind of
no,
like wonder
no.
who the two guys were?
Yeah, we didn't need to clarify that. We
Yeah,
just let them figure it out.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be one of those bands that go by two names, but like nobody in the band is named that. Shit.
I made the
Jethro
joke.
Tull.
I made the joke for quite a while there that we sounded like a law firm.
Yeah, it was.
Call CJ and Stig 405. Yeah. The Law Tigers. Yeah.
Did you get Whiplash at your local hardcore show? Call CJ and Steve.
Did you get shocked at Bison Tail Studios from a mic? Yeah. Call CJ and Stig. So, did you guys always have this kind of sound? Like it's very, it's got Tool-esque, but it's, a little bit more. It's got a little more. Tool's very proggy.
Yeah.
You guys are not as don't lean super into the proggy shit. You guys kind of will it back in and go. I don't know, a little thrashy sometimes, you know? So, how did you guys kind of discover that this was your guys' sound?
Man, I honestly think that it's evolved quite a bit over the years, I think, and over the influences. Like some of the songs that we play live, I wrote at the end of high school. And then, back then I was listening to more hard rock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think over time our tastes developed and we started incorporating different things, like started listening to more Tool and stuff like that, and a little bit more of the prog rock, like out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you start getting into the heavier stuff, you kind of want to, like, I don't know, there's just something nice about a nice chuggy riff that just feels right.
Scratches that monkey brain,
Mm-hmm.
It's just that part of that brain where you're just like, it's like the Neanderthal part of your brain.
Yeah.
The fucking troglodyte part.
Yeah.
You just gotta fucking do it.
Hitting a piece of rock with a bone.
Yeah. It's like, and then you see kind of sparks, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's really,
Fight or flight.
Then
activated.
everybody's sharing the same brain cell.
Yes.
And shit. Yeah. And that's when the balance starts. You guys start seeing who gets a majority of the brain cell of the band and who gets the least of it. It's always the bass player. Yeah. So we got 3 songs. Give me the name of the 3 songs.
Mind Control, Need for More, and Feast of the Flawed.
Cool. Let's start with Mind Control. What's the backstory of Mind Control?
That is a very old one. I think that was one of the first songs I wrote. Maybe this is probably in high school. Among the first, I think, within the first 5. I can't remember exactly where it sits. But I don't really know what the inspiration was at the time. I was just frustrated at things and just did that.
So this was already kind of flushed out. And did you already have the song, for the most part, written, and you kind of presented it to everybody, and everybody kind of wrote their parts to it, or did?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I think, I think I'd shown up with mostly a pretty done song, and then this is like when I was doing quite a bit of my writing alone, and I think you came in, had added your bass parts, and then threw in some really cool harmonies that I did not expect at all.
Yeah.
And
So those harmonies are sick, dude.
Thank you.
Very good. So okay, how do you guys normally we'll come back to the last 2, but normally how do you guys kind of construct a song? What's your guys' songwriting process?
It's like watching a monkey on a typewriter.
Yeah.
Personally, for me at least, I usually like to start with instrumentals, like an interesting riff or an idea.
Yeah.
Or it could even just be a vibe that I'm going for, whether that be really pretty and crystalline or something that's just outright aggressive and in your face. Like, it usually starts like that, and then tend to listen to things over and over again until the lyrics hit.
Yeah, I can tell you the dynamics of stuff. That's kind of similar to how we play in Animal Mother. Kind of those quieter verses, louder choruses, and vice versa and stuff.
Yeah.
So those dynamics are really cool. I really love the clean parts and stuff. That's sick. I'm always a sucker for a good clean guitar part coming out of a heavy guitar part, especially when you add chorus to it. That's good shit. Yeah. That's good shit. So okay, second song. Keep reminding me.
It'd be Need for More.
Need for More. What's the story on that one? Is that kind of a newer one, or is it still kind of an old one?
Need for More is one of the newer ones that we wrote. I think that we had started recording our album in, I want to say, the end of 2019, like just as the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I wrote Need for More as we'd started recording it. Like at least the basic idea of what I had in mind.
Right.
And then I think Tim and I collaborated on that pretty heavily and for a long time. It went through pretty drastic lyric changes and I think even instrumental parts. I think we'd scrapped almost an entire version of it before it became what it is now.
Right.
It took us a long time to write that one.
Sweet. Okay. Interesting. Tyler, where do you kind of fall in all of this? It's kind of like when they kind of make a decision, they present it to you, and you.
So the batch of songs that we're playing right now, like minus the very newest stuff we've been working on, I saw the two of them playing with like acoustic as a duo, doing harmonies and electric bass and usually acoustic guitar. Yeah. Playing these, pretty mathy, pretty heavy, really elaborate songs. And I'm like, man, this needs drums really, really bad. Like, it sounded awesome. And it was cool to see it as as an acoustic duo, because you don't see those types of songs done that way ever. But it also, I felt like they needed drums. So as we got to know each other, I think I just flat out told CJ a couple times. I was like, hey, if you ever want to play a full band show, just let me know. Like, I can hear the parts. Like, the songs are done. Like, I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do, but mostly we can just do a couple practices and this will be ready to go. So they were really pretty complete songs.
Right.
I thought it, there's times where I had to figure out, okay, what's the drum part that fits this? But a lot of the time it felt pretty clear to me. It was, this is what needs to go here.
Yeah. No, like CJ and Tim, you guys were always envisioning these songs having drums to them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We went without a drummer for years until we met him, just out here like, oh, one day we'll have a drummer.
Yeah, exactly. And then one just falls in your lap.
Yeah, no, honestly, and I saw him plenty of times, both on a kit and behind, I think initially Cajon, and
hell yeah,
saw that just the various ways, some of these, just the ways he added to these artists and what they were doing, and oftentimes very on the fly, just very last second. I was like, it's impressive. This is really good, and he knows how to match the vibe of a song and to follow the dynamics really well. Something I really appreciated right off the bat.
That was I met you guys at a period of my musical career where I wasn't in really any bands. I was playing a lot with my one friend Zach, and we would do acoustic duo stuff where I'd play cajon. But we'd go to these songwriter things, and I would kind of just jump up with anybody. Try not to get in their way, try not to mess up what they had going on, but figure out a way to create the rhythm section of a song. If there were more people playing, tool parts, like playing a fiddle or a lead guitar part, that we could become an ensemble and not just a solo person playing a guitar. So it felt like 10 years of just listening to people's songs and figuring out how to arrange those songs without having a chance to rehearse them or listen to them beforehand.
Right, yeah. Was there any songs that got drastically changed at all with the addition of drums? Any did you guys add any cool breakdowns or bridges or anything? Well, more importantly, the 3 songs you guys played today, what were those? Pretty much always been the composition of those 3 songs?
They've fundamentally stayed
Yeah.
basically the same.
I don't always play the exact same thing that was on the program stuff, but I don't think we really changed the style or direction of any of the sections of the songs.
Okay, right on. Hell yeah. So CJ and Tim, how do you guys, with your effects, you guys have very, pretty elaborate effects boards and stuff. Do you guys ever, take time where it's just you two and just have a practice where it's hey, let's just go through our effects and match tones and see who can kind of glue ourselves together at all?
I think that we've done stuff pretty close to that. There's definitely times where we work together to kind of figure what we're trying to do. And
for
figure
sure,
out what's
yeah.
going on
By
there.
work together, he means carry me through every single technical detail that I don't understand. So,
Right, yeah, then you you do it. I mean, you guys probably inadvertently did it when you didn't have a drummer. You probably, that was your practice. You guys were able to really. That's the thing with bands. Being in a band with multiple guitar players, or obviously a bass player, is you don't really ever get to listen to the guitars just by themselves or bass just by themselves and how they mix well. It's always predominantly drums are kind of taking over that listening space for you when you're in the middle of practice and stuff. So it's always interesting, record your practice and go and listen back to everybody's tones and stuff and be like, whoa, those are kind of drastically different and stuff. And then having to be like, oh, we might have to sit down and reshape our tone together. It's always an interesting part as a band to do that. Do you guys, how's your guys' practices look like? Do you guys is it pretty in depth, pretty, maybe like run through the set once and then work on new stuff? Like,
It varies.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's as simple as we just run through the stuff that needs attention, and sometimes it's as complicated as going onto a digital audio workshop and mapping things out and plotting points, and it can either be really simple or really complex.
hell yeah. Yeah, just whatever the wind blows you,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, the last song. This one had a very interesting name. I do remember it, but I don't remember what it is, but I do remember it's very interesting in town. So you guys have some patience with me on the titles of songs. I hear a lot of them.
Fan,
Oh, you're
bro.
okay.
Yeah.
Fake
It's,
fan.
Feast of the Flawed. That one was it's another somewhat older one
Mm-hmm.
that actually kind of felt like it actually traveled pretty well in
Yeah.
the sense of like, I don't think I've ever gotten tired of playing that one.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
fun. It's a fun song to play.
What's your guys? Is there a unanimous favorite song you guys love to play? Maybe even a cover. You can throw in a cover too. Like, what's your guys? That's your banger. That's the one you always want to pull out.
It might be that one.
Yeah,
that one,
honestly, that one's
I
pretty
think
much
it goes
always
for a
has
lot
a
of times.
space.
Yeah.
It goes hard.
Hell yeah, dude. Sweet. So you guys mentioned you have an album out,
Yeah.
and you said you got it out in 2019,
Actually, we just released it last year.
last year, but you
Yeah.
started in 2019,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Took
Well-
too long.
Well, talk a little bit about it.
it.
How was kind of like the process getting that album out?
Lengthy.
Yeah.
Took a lot of time.
I was the one that did all the recording, mixing, mastering on it. And, of course I had Tim on, Pete came in and recorded his parts, but I was the person behind the mixer for it. And it
Mhm.
was, I also had unfortunately just started learning how to do mixing and mastering in 2019 when I
Yeah.
started recording this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think over the years, we went through and we tracked every song to, the best that we knew, starting with the most bare bones, tracks that we would be playing live, and then maybe coming in and adding layers or things that we heard
Mm-hmm.
in our head. And it took forever just because as you learn more, the more you want to change things
Mhm.
and adjust your mixes, and it got just constantly frustrated at.
Yeah, man, you can overproduce it. That's for sure, and
Yeah.
we know that all too well. I know that all
Yeah.
too well for sure.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of the mixing and mastering for all of our projects and stuff. It's kind of like you get to the point where it's like you don't want to let it go because you're like, I know the potential of it. I know I can reach it. I just
Mm-hmm.
need to buy one more compressor plug-in and I'll be right there.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
A lot of revisions. Do you usually rely on Tyler and Tim for fresh ears and revisions and stuff, and always
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I make sure to make sure that everyone gets to hear it, and I get feedback from them and any friends that haven't trained ear, or even friends that don't, just anyone that I feel like I could trust on it
Mhm.
and will tell me honestly what they think.
And there's obviously parts on there that you're like, man, you guys hear this? You hear this? And everybody's like, no, I don't hear that.
that was most of the first few years of it.
Yep.
In fact, I think I put that album down for almost a year.
Man, you got-
'cause
yeah.
I was burnt out on it, and I was
Mhm.
like, I need room.
It's really it's an interesting. It's fun to be hands on like that and have complete and total control.
Yeah.
And then, but it's also important to always have, if you can ever find like a producer or a mixer that you can really trust. And that's like the main thing, is trusting somebody with your vision and all that stuff. And having somebody like that really, I remember a couple of times we've had a friend come in, I've had a buddy come in and kind of like co-engineer with me and kind of take some of that weight off my plate so I can just focus on the creative part and my parts. It's hard to split your brain and be like, okay, I'm going to record this guitar part, but then, you guys spend 30 minutes, micing it up, gain staging it. Is it the tone I like? And then by the time you're ready to track, it's like, I don't want to track anymore.
No,
Yeah.
it takes you completely
Yeah.
out of the creative space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really rough to do it and stuff. It takes a special kind of somebody and a special kind of band to do it, and it's really easy to burn everybody out on it.
Oh yeah.
nobody is ever prepared or wanting to listen to their song, 18 times in one day. And then you go and check it in mono, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to hear the left guitar anymore. There's some kind of phase shit going on. Yep. Been in that position so many times, dude. It sucks. But you guys got it out. And that's awesome. So you mastered it yourself?
Yeah.
What kind of mastering software did you use?
I think I just used, I think for most of it, I think my plug-in chain was like an Acoustica Audio EQ, I think, mastering EQ. I might have put an SSL G-Bus
G-Comp,
on there. And then
classic.
I think maybe for the last bit of stuff after that was maybe, oh goodness, what is it? I think it's the Isotope Elements, I believe.
Ozone?
Ozone. That's it. I think I used Ozone to do to kind of check me a little bit.
Well, dude, I think it came out great. I remember listening to it when it came out. We were at band practice and we played it on our phones and we were like, damn, sounds really good. Holy shit. So I think it came out great, man. You guys really killed it.
Thank you.
Any samples? Any snare samples or kick samples?
I think, yeah, we definitely
No reason to be ashamed of.
No.
They've been using that shit since the 80s.
Yeah.
Samples aren't anything new to the game.
You got to get past the thinking that stuff is cheating because everyone's
Sure. Yeah. No, you can make an argument for it, I guess, if you, I don't know, kind of drum to it and then just quantize the shit out of it and, replace every single hit with a different kind of snare drum or whatever. You can kind of make an argument for that. But if you play the whole kit, and play the whole take and stuff, and that's you, and you're just using a kick and a snare sample to reinforce the kick and snare you already have, I don't see how that can be constituted as cheating at all.
Yeah.
It's just sound reinforcement, and so, yeah, I mean, that's always, everybody's been using it. It's hard to get those really good, in-your-face drum sounds,
Yeah, for sure.
So, but cool, man. Well, that's really interesting. I always love hearing people's production, and sometimes, unfortunately, with Dylan here, sometimes I can't always geek out, Dylan keeps us pretty streamlined and stuff, which is important, because sometimes I can focus in on one guy and be like, oh shit, we've been talking about this dude's guitar chain for 20 minutes, and everyone else is like, oh, fuck, man, I have to hear this shit at band practice every day.
I talk about my snare wires.
Yeah. Did you even hear my new skins I put on and how I tuned them? Like, what the fuck, man? So, actually, I do want to know, Tyler, what's your, what kind of, do you like your cymbals to be usually dry or do you like them bright?
Oh, man, that's been a long evolution.
Cymbals are a long evolution. They're hard to test.
And then I feel like I got to save up for 3 years every time I buy one.
Exactly.
I play in a lot of different groups and get pretty different sounds. I think in general I prefer pretty dry lately, but not for this. I have not so many real dry cymbals, and I think it works best for this group more than anything else. I've had those custom crashes for a long time, which are a really good all-purpose thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking to kind of upgrade into something with a little more character for one of my crashes. Sort of like the China my most recent thing I added was that China.
Oh yeah, the China sounds sick.
Minor Byzant. It's like a dual where it's lathed on the outside and it's raw in the middle. It makes it real smooth when you hit it, but it's still got a lot of grit. If I could have like a whole set of those, I would probably take it.
Dude, the best thing about Chinas is when they start cracking, they sound even more like a China. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Almost. Do you have like a dream kit? Is the kit you have now your dream kit?
To probably no and no. Like I don't consider myself a gear person. Like I am always tweaking, getting my sound just the way that I want. But like I feel like I can mostly get it off the gear that I have. I used to have a less good kit than the one that I have now, and I got the sound I wanted out of it. I upgraded to this one, and I still feel like I can get the sound I want. I don't think there's any kits that okay, it's not true. There's a company out of Austin called A&F Drums that makes a lot of stuff out of like raw brass and raw copper.
Oh, interesting. I think I know what you're. I think
they're insanely expensive. Like a snare drum is like $1,800. So like, and they don't. You can buy a whole kit maybe, but mostly they sell pieces, and every piece is like 4 figures.
Holy shit! It's all like
they sound
steampunk looking.
so good. Yeah, and they look super cool, and they
That's
sound
rad.
amazing. I'm never gonna be able to afford one of those, but if I could, I would buy one.
Hell yeah, dude, that's rad. I mean, yeah, I think I've seen a couple of kits made out of like brass and stuff like that. They always look super cool, especially when they start oxidizing and shit. They get that green oxidation. It's always really fucking sick. So that's really cool. CJ, how about you, man? You got a dream rig? Let's keep it simple. We won't get too in depth. We won't get too crazy into guitar pedals. But if you had to like run a guitar straight into an amp, which one would you do?
Ooh. I think if I were to do something like, I think for a clean tone, I would love something kind of like a Morgan amp.
Oh, yes.
Those are really, really cool. And I love like the headroom on them and like the kind of color that they have. Like they're incredible. They sound really great. And maybe for distortion, I don't know. I've been on a little bit of like the Gojira kick, so maybe like the 5150.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really, Dylan's a big fan of Gojira. I've never really dove into him too much, so their tone's kind of that 5150 tone, sweet. That's awesome.
Stuff like that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe something like a Mesa Boogie. Like the dual rectifier or something. It's hard to tell. Man. I just know that they're classic sounds that are incredible.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
very prevalent.
Dude, the PV 5150s and like the dual Rex and stuff. I mean, those things ruled the 90s, dude. Of like hard rock tones and stuff like that. I mean, those ran rampant. Especially you get the dual Rec with the diamond plate front. They even looked the part, dude. Sick. Made you want to wear some of those Dickie shorts down to your calves and shit and stuff. Play some fucking Limp Bizkit. Second Limp Bizkit reference today. I'm not a huge fan, I swear to God, even though I brought them up twice. I think they're cool, but I'm not like amazing huge fan. So don't get me twisted. Tim, what about you, man? What's like a dream rig for you?
Well, you already saw my pedal board, and it has dark glass all over it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had it my way, I'd probably be getting some dark glass gear, some really nice amps like micro tubes or something like that. It's a fly.
I know. I want to freaking firebomb that fly somehow. Dude, son of a bitch.
I also really love Kiesel. Kiesel makes really good guitars, and I would really like a Kiesel bass.
Okay.
You can custom make them as well, and I would probably grab the lightest wood that I can because I'm a teeny tiny little guy. And the 6-string that you saw me play weighs about 15 to 20 pounds, something like that. Yeah, carrying it around for more than an hour is very taxing. So anything that would be lighter would be awesome. But obviously I have to carry around a massive 2x6 because I play a 6-string bass. Yeah. And I did that to myself, so I have no one to blame but me.
You make that blood, you lay into it. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to put a bounty on that fly. Anybody can kill that fucking fly, I'll give you a really nice compliment.
I was making plans.
Yeah. Somebody smash that beer bottle over it or something. That'll kill it. Son of a bitch. The good thing is we have video now, so hopefully this can sync to the video, so hopefully people can be watching this fly as well. Oh, that was a good idea, though. You know what? Hey, give me that beer bottle. I bet it's attracted to that.
I thought you were going to hit it with the beer.
I know that because sometimes when I trash my beer bottles in the garage, before I know it, the fucking flies will be all over them. Yep. And I think they like that shit. They're wasted. So, yeah, they're getting wasted on like the drop of beer of the Coors Light I have left. Man, a really good question to always ask bands is, if you guys want to, what's the worst show or worst venue? It could be any kind of variable. It could be your worst show. It could be the venue's fault or whatever. Is there a unanimous worst show you guys always talk about?
Oh, CJ and I remember it well. You know exactly which one I'm talking about too, don't you?
I don't think so.
We were kicked off early because some idiots wanted to sing karaoke.
Oh, wait a second.
That's pretty bad.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, did you?
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't blame you. It's like one of the worst shows, arguably, we have ever participated in. I wouldn't even call it a show. It was just miserable.
They still paid us, which was great.
They did get us.
They still paid us.
I love this story. Don't ignore me. I just got the weapon of destruction here.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
But now he's nowhere to be found.
I don't remember the name of the venue, though. What was it? or perhaps maybe it'd
I
be
plead
best.
the fifth.
Yeah, perhaps it'd be best kept secret.
Okay, so but you guys were this was the acoustic days, the
Indeed.
duos days.
Duo days.
So I'm assuming you guys probably got booked for like a 2 or 3 hour set or something.
3 hour set. We
3
were
hour
kicked
set.
off at like hour 2 or something like that.
Pretty out in the middle of nowhere. Not, I guess, not in the middle of nowhere, but it was a
No.
country. Like, people kept coming up and someone asked me, they're like, "Hey, you know any Georgia Jones?" And I'm like, "Oh my
damn
God,
it.
you've heard 90s songs and
Yeah.
our originals like the entire time. What in the world?"
Why would you? Yeah, all of a sudden you're just gonna pull out some George Jones.
Yeah.
You know? That's wild, man.
This is
What any shows with Tyler and any bad show? Well, I mean, do you have a show? It doesn't even have to be with Letter. It could just be your personal least favorite show.
I've never had a bad show.
Personally, or just like in
I
general?
was just kidding.
He's like, I'm not.
I was about to say this man's lying.
I smell sus.
I mean, I've had shows where the sound was really bad, like where no one could hear anything, and you just.
I got
grit
it.
and
It
get
landed on my
through it.
microphone.
I heard it.
Nice.
The one that I was thinking about talking about wasn't really a bad show. Like, it was well received. But I really, even in bad shows, I always have fun. I'd always rather be playing drums than doing just about anything else. But I played a show, and I won't say where it was or who it was with, but they were super nervous about everything and kept nitpicking everything. And by the time that we played, I was so like done with the stuff that I was like, I'm just gonna play this the plainest, flattest, like not anything that I possibly can to get them to shut up. And I didn't have any fun while I was doing it. I felt like there were times where I felt like I was doing things like so stupidly simple and flat to spite in my mind.
Felt like you got a lobotomy or something.
But then like nobody noticed. Like everyone still thought it was great, and I was like, well, what am I even doing all the other times? Like, is this what I
Yeah.
need to do all the time? I had a really kind of a crisis about it.
It was like a self-reflection
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, Jesus, man, that's rough, dude. Yeah. Like the opposite of what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah.
They're turning around like, that
I
was like
sat
the
there and
tightest set you've ever played, man. It's like, oh, you so
kind of like that. Yeah.
That's rough, man. That's rough. I gotta be careful not to get too close to my microphone, knowing that I just splayed
Flied
a
over
fly's guts all over it. Jesus Christ.
metal.
Got any Lysol?
Pretty metal.
around?
Yeah, just
Pretty
fucking. You ever seen that one
brutal.
interview of that dude talking and like a fly just like crawls in his mouth? It's like a politician interview, and there's a lady in the background that saw it, and she was like that. Yeah, that's what. Oh God, makes my skin crawl.
Yeah. It's rough.
You guys have any shows coming up?
Oh, actually, yeah. We have one coming up at 89th Street on August 14th.
Dude, that's
Opening
great because.
for Index Paradox, I believe.
Oh yeah, I know.
They're a
Yeah,
release
yeah,
show.
dude. Yeah, for sure.
Visions of Afterlife will be the other opener, I believe.
Oh, really? That's gonna be
Yeah.
a great set, man.
excited
If that's the
for
case,
it.
we definitely gotta come to that shit. That's gonna be a great set, dude. Yeah, because we know Eric and stuff from Index and everything, and he when we played the Blue Note, he came by. I think he just stopped in randomly. I was like, holy shit, yeah. So yeah, we know Eric and Index Paradox fairly well. We've tried to get some shows going with them. I think we had one show booked with them at the Blue Note. I think it fell through or something. So. Yeah, that shit can always be kind of tricky and everything. But
Yeah.
knowing that gig's in August, this episode will probably be out by then. So that's a good thing. So good. That might be a good plug. Anything outside of that?
So far, not
Well, I
that
guess,
remember right off the top of my head, anyway.
Yeah, well, I guess August 2nd is Pig Fest.
Yeah,
Oh,
big-
yeah.
yeah,
Pig Fest.
You got
don't
Pig
skip
Fest to
that
plug
one.
too.
God damn it!
Yep.
I forgot
The Pig. Yeah, and you guys are headlining the
On
late
your
night set too. That's
podcast.
going to be
I'm
great.
so
You're going to have a
sorry.
light show. That's going to be sick.
I'm excited
If
for
Dylan's
that.
feeling privy enough, he might have a fog machine or a hazer or
I
some
hope
sort.
not.
Okay. Yeah.
I,
Well,
I dislike the smell of those things. Every time someone busts one out, I'm like, man,
We'll just get Bailey.
I'm gonna have to hold my breath or something.
Well, just make sure you highlight that in your rider when you send it over to me. And we'll make sure there's no hazers or smoke machines on the stage for Letter. So cool.
Super
We're
excited for that.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be sick. We're super excited for that too. And it's I think we have a really cool set, really good lineup. There it is. That's what you say for bands on
Yeah.
posters, not set lists. Lineup. Yeah, it's a cool lineup. We're all looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really
Yeah.
exciting. So, I mean, that's cool, man. Where can everybody find you guys? Social media, this is the time to plug it.
Yeah, find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all it. Letter.
Don't go
band.
to the TikTok, for God's sake.
Don't go to the TikTok. It's dead. Facebook, Instagram are the primary things where you hear new stuff from us for the moment. Like,
Yeah, TikTok's always the ugly stepchild, isn't it?
Indeed.
God, I hate it too. I pride myself, I've never downloaded that app.
Same.
So I just, for some reason, and it was never because of like the goddamn Chinese malware shit, turn the freaking frogs gay. It was never because of that shit. It's always like, I just don't need another app on my phone. Like I already get way too in Reddit.
The last thing that I need is another social media.
Exactly, another brain rot thing.
Massive time sink. That's
Awesome. Well, man,
unnecessary.
guys, I appreciate it coming out again. This is awesome. I mean, we were all looking forward to it. Luckily, I don't know if Dylan did tell you, but there was a chance we might have to cancel it based on my work schedule, but luckily we didn't. So it was all
Finally
lucky.
got it done.
Yeah, I know. I was really looking forward to it. And you guys fucking killed it, man. I'm really looking forward to mixing these. This is going to sound really great. So, yeah, thanks again, guys, for coming out. Yeah, we'll go ahead and can it right now. Get the headphones off. It always feels really great, especially if you're wearing a hat. So, yeah, thanks, guys. This is Aaron signing off. Dylan is gone, so I get to sign off myself. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you.